Evening, everybody. Yes, no? There we go. Good evening, everybody. I was trying to talk, and the microphone was not working. It's very, very strange. Very strange. Every so often, um, the I don't know why. I don't know why this is, but every so often, when my streaming computer starts up, um, OBS doesn't see the doesn't like forgets the microphone, and I have to go and select it. I don't know why. Very weird. That is strange bug there. Although I did just do, you know what? I bet I know what it is. I did just do the Windows Patch Thursday update thing. Um, yeah, whatever they're calling it, the latest patch. So that's probably what happened. Probably just rejiggered a whole lot of things, and made OBS not be able to understand things were hooked up when they are. Anyway, my friends, welcome on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone is doing well. I don't think I made the social media posts. I think I forgot. Hang on 1 second here while I go take a gander at that. I think I forgot, because I still have my notepad open with them, and it would be good if I announced that I am live. That would be really swell. Game that, and up here, and then we have one more thing to do. Is over yonder, and okay, do that there. All right, good stuff. All right, I think we're ready now. All right, sorry about that. I sat down. I just realized, I was like, I don't think I did. I think I forgot something. It turns out I did. Let's get the mouse to stay on this screen. Very good. Now let's fire up some Grim Dawn. Let's have a nice little cozy stream tonight. Go and stomp some enemies here, and make them pay for all their dirty deeds. Anyway, so I've done a little bit off camera. Actually, it's objectively speaking a little bit, but honestly, it's taken a while. So I have got Homestead up to revered status. Kaiman's Chosen up to revered status. And that is it right now. So by doing that, I've unlocked the armor and enchantment things, or whatever they're called. And I've applied a few. If we look at this, for instance, you can see I've got augments. That's what it is. I've got Solar Radiance on this one, which is from Homestead. I got, and then here's Blessing on this one, which is a Homestead rare augment. And then I think on here I've got, no, where was it at? One of these things I put some, oh, here it is. Kaiman's Chosen, I put Demon Bane powder on that. And whatnot. Also, and Also, this is a new gun too. This Oathbreaker that I found in a drop, and it was pretty good. Had pretty good stats on it. So I thought, why not? Let's also see. There's a couple things I can probably sell and or stash here, just from running around and doing things. So let's do that. Let's talk to you. And we'll sell this off. And two-handed range, okay. Wormclaw, offhand, fire damage. Okay. That. Gems of Arcane Chill. And this can come over here. That's everything there. Let's go talk to you, and we'll get all that cleared out. Signet of Justice. Oh, this I could sell. Let's sell that off, and pads. I think we can get rid of. We can sell these. Fire and burn damage. Fire and burn damage. That's 48%, 49%. This is 50 and 45. That's 908. 736. Okay, this one we're gonna stash away. Because it's part of a set. I generally like to keep the sets just to see at the end of the game like how many sets we've managed to collect. 1218 58. Alright, these all get sold. Even though they're fantastic, they still need to get sold. Some sandy back in my inventory here. Maybe just a tiny bit. tiny bit of sandy back into my inventory. Okay, and should probably read some lore here. Terrible discovery. The earthquake has inflicted some damage on the upper levels of the catacombs. Bones scattered, tombs crumbled, piles of rubble everywhere, and one of the bridges was completely destroyed. This is terrible news as it forces us to take long-forgotten alternate paths to reach the furthest end of the catacombs. My true dread is in exploring the deepest foundations. I am no stranger to death. I have combed over battlefields and waded through blood and gore to recover the brave heroes lost in combat. However, hey, Premier Craft, welcome on in. However, sorry, I've lost my. Here it is. However, this secret place where the bones of cursed and nameless damned are banished makes my skin crawl and my soul scream. With every step I wish to turn and flee from this unholy place. I have long proposed that keeping the remains of so many wicked men in one location is unwise, but thus far my voice concerns have been dismissed. Criminals, witches, heretics, cursed, murderers, and the insane have been secreted away down here. I can feel their malignant souls heavy upon the air, drowning us in their combined guilt, pushing the crumbling walls until they buckle, calling to the dark hollows of the earth, imploring vile things to seek this prison and release the centuries of evil that is trapped within. I have discovered a great tear that has opened up beneath the catacombs. Several support walls have collapsed and fallen into the darkness below. There are scratches on the floor and walls as if something scored the very stone. I've also found bones with strange markings on them as if gnawed by an animal. And lately I've been hearing sounds coming from the walls as if something was skulking in the darkness nearby. Some wretched thing gliding along the shadows, staying just outside the light. My worst fears have come to pass. I must flee and warn the others. Caretaker of the dead, Alistair Pencroft. Okay. What do we got here? Writings of Eulenus. We hoped that prayer and ritual would protect us, that distance would play in our favor. But even in these remote temples, the hubris of our oligarchs and the grand deception of the necromancer finds us. I watch as the elders of my order descend hopelessly into endless madness, and the youngest among us pray for death that will never come. But I find power in eternity. I focus my mind on ancient texts, rituals, learnings of those who came before. There's more knowledge than even immortality will permit me to retain, and so, as my body fails me, I pray only that my mind sustains. Where a ritual that bound us to this cursed fate exists, there must also be knowledge that will undo our cruel bonds. Time is on my side. I will find the answers. Progress at Old Town. As you requested, I've made contact with many of the less reputable arrivals here at port. I made it clear to them that big changes are on the horizon and permitted them to smuggle in contraband unchecked. In exchange, some of the sailors are now working for me to spread rumors, gather information, and eliminate unwanted interruptions if need be. The rumor regarding an impending rise in taxes is caught like wildfire, and townspeople are rightly displeased. We also successfully diverted all garbage collection to the already overflowing dump in Old Town. The nearby homeowners are naturally very upset by this, and I suspect complaints will soon be arriving at the mayor's offices for you to intercept. So long as you keep the mayor oblivious to the larger problems arising in Port Valbury, you should be able to stir up a mob within weeks. Already I'm receiving word of growing dissent in taverns and secret gatherings to discuss city matters. The city is reaching a boiling point. The fear-mongering regarding witches has also turned up far more candidates than we even anticipated. Paranoid or simply selfish people are reporting their neighbors for completely innocuous acts. It is all the excuse the city guard needs to apprehend these women and bring them to the docks, where our new associates smuggle them to Malmouth. I take particular delight when I see a noble woman brought through my doors, knowing that some rich, pompous family is forever ruined by rumors and spites, but it will not be long before they all burn for the injustices they enjoyed for generations. Jeez Louise. Kaiman's Journal, page 2. There are questions that have been scratching at the back of my mind. I have tried to push them aside, but with each conversation I have with the messenger, they become harder to ignore. I must ask, when the last demon is driven from the world, what will become of us then? In my heart, I fear I already know the answer, but dare not speak it aloud. I have no doubt that I have made the right choice. The power I have revived will be humanity's salvation from the blood fiends of the chthonic void. However, there must always be evil, and when there is no evil left to conquer, who, or more frighteningly, what, will fill that emptiness? Will we become as reviled as those who we oppose? The primordial powers have no care or sympathy for humanity. Without shackles, this power I have borrowed could just be as disastrous as, or perhaps even worse than, Chthon. I now wish I had not burned the town where I awoke this ancient being. If it ever needs to be stopped, I may have destroyed the last remaining knowledge to unmake it. Yeah. Made a lot of bad choices, Kaiman. Here's page 1. The messenger is harsh to deal with. With each exchange I feel drained, as though my life were being drawn into a deep well. Everything appears darker and further away, as if seen through a long tunnel. A lesser man, without the years of Inquisitor mental training, would be consumed. Even as I write this, I can sense its energy rippling through the room. I can feel it like worms twitching below my skin. It burrows and pulls, urging me to get closer. I dread to think of what would become of any of my chosen should they get too close to this entity. What would remain I cannot say, but I suspect the messenger would shuck the mind and claim the body for its own. I fear there are none who would understand or survive the secret. I alone must shoulder this burden, and so I will steel myself and endure. I have taken on a great risk, but the fate of the world hinges on the success of the chosen and the pact that I have made. Page renewal. Vizier Aramin's note. Temple grows cold. No longer does the warmth of its heart wash over the city below. I do not know what has transpired, what could possibly cause such an event, but the patrons of the lesser temples have begun to notice. Those who come to pay homage approach me after prayer with questions I cannot answer. Have we angered Korvac? Has the eldritch sun waned? They are rightfully concerned and scared. However, these are the types of emotions which spur wavering faith and thoughts of dissent, or even some who speak openly against the temple. Though they are few in number, I am concerned that recent events may embolden them. They have the potential to become the riding core at the center of a larger movement. In the meantime, I have pleaded to the elders for guidance, for words of calm that I might share with the patrons of the temple. They give no notice to my anxieties. I am told to continue on as I always have, for Korvac's flame is with us, as certainly as the sun rises each day. The elder sun works in ways I do not hope to comprehend, but we must take heed when the populace becomes restless. The foundations of our city are of our very faith and must not be shaken. I will do more than just offer to people words. I will give them a spectacle, a grand sacrifice to the heart of the temple. Korvac's letter to Bahan. Was this a long one? Oof, this is a long one. Business is good, better than it has ever been. The new location has certainly paid off at the heart of the marketplace near the spice merchants during the week of ceremonies leading up to the Ascension into the Ascension, no less. Business is good indeed. The streets and alleyways surrounding the shop are overflowing as thousands of people come and go, procuring provisions, fine linens, food and drink. In preparation for the week's festivities. There are new customers too, and sellers of foreign goods, many more than I remember from years past. I think word has gotten out that the temple has once again felt the warmth of the eldritch sun, and so many have come from far and wide in hopes of laying eyes upon its splendor, or to make the tidy profit from the celebrations that follow. Tomorrow I shall prepare a small caravan to display my wares at the foot of the temple, just like we used to do. The entire city will be gathered there to witness the chosen and be selected from the temple's devotees. Everyone will gather there again these days, 3 days hence, when the procession enters the temple and the chosen will give themselves to the eldritch sun. Your great-grandfather used to tell me stories of these ceremonies in his day. He said that Korvac himself presided over them, deep inside the temple, convening with the chosen and leading them down into the temple's burning heart. The divine would sometimes bless his worshippers with a brief appearance outside the temple. His mere presence was allegedly enough to cure the ill and strike blind the wicked. Such a sight certainly has not happened in my lifetime. I'm not sure anyone living apart from the most devout priest has ever laid eyes on the eldritch sun. Perhaps we are no longer worthy of such things. Perhaps he has looked into our hearts and seen that all too many have come only to enjoy the festivities, with no intention of truly paying homage or offering prayer. It is a different time, no doubt, perhaps a good time. The city is as beautiful and radiant as it has ever been, and its people happy and successful. I only wish you could be here to see it. I will spend this by caravan to Karen, where hopefully it will reach you. I will send this by caravan to Karen, where hopefully it will reach you when you return to port. Please, my son, consider coming to visit me. I would so love to hear of your adventures, often the far-off places you've seen, of the exotic cities you visited. I know the life of a shipmate is a busy one, but do remember your old father. It won't be long before they take me to the sands and leave me for the good of the night creatures. They don't build temples for crusty old merchants after all. Okay. Cool. Slowly but surely we go through all the stuff I have here to read. Anyway. Let's get to some fighting. So, I attempted the Ancient Grove again, off camera, and got wrecked at the very end, as I tend to do. So we're still not strong enough for that, but we can go and continue with the stuff here in the Corvin Basin. So I think we're going to the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun, but I do want to look over here to see if we can make it up to this Lost Oasis. I don't know if there's a way. I don't know if I could do that or not yet. So let's go take a look. Take a look and see if that's a thing that I can do. I don't know. There's like an indication here of something, but I don't know if it's unlocked or not. So we'll see. We'll go and take a look at it. Go. Alright. They're down for the count. Oh, I just blew right through them. Okay. Is there anything? So I think I've been in this thing up here, right? And I didn't see any. It's just a dangerous domain. So, yeah, I've been through here. It looks like I've found areas down there too. But this is giving me some rep with the various cults and whatnot, so there's that. There's something over there, but I don't know if that's... I think it's just this that I'm seeing. Okay. Anything here? Some iron bits. It's a relatively small like dangerous domain area, so that's why I'm kind of like suspicious that there's a lot more to it than what we're seeing here, like some kind of secret area or something. Alright. There was a breakable wall at least. Apparently I've gone through there though before. Some dynamite at least. Alright. So where does this drop me off at? Oh, back down here, huh? Alright, let's come over to this other area and see if I can see if there's anything interesting there. So the other thing I did do off camera was I went through and tried to get all of the shrines, devotion shrines that I missed. There's still one more I gotta get that I'm aware of, at least. I looked at the wiki to see which one's around. It looks like on normal mode you can't get the full 55. Like you can only get 49, is what it sounds like. So, and we're at, I believe, 48 right now. I believe that's where we're at. Or 44. Oh yeah. No, there's more coming up. There's more in this area, but there's more coming up. There's only one that I've passed by. That we have to circle back to. The rest, I think, are in this area, but they're up in the, like, the temples and stuff. So we haven't yet to encounter them. Door there. Yes, this is blocked off. We still have further up to go. So Tomb of Aerith entrance. We don't have whatever we need to do to unlock that. What's this? Oh, we do have the Tomb of Ariath entrance there. Did I go? I feel like I've been in there though. Let's go see. Yeah, we went in here for the main mission. Okay, that's fine. Go. All right. So what? So I'm gonna go into that corner there. You know what? We can follow this all the way around and go up that way. Just in case there's something else on this side. So apparently there's a travel log here I didn't get. Did I go into this tomb here? Yeah, I did. And I restore a shrine there. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Okay. Crumbling wall. Did I go in here? Can't even see anything in there. There was definitely something in there, but I couldn't really see it. Got that up there. Nothing that way. Just checking. these torches is lit. Oh, I'm guessing there's like, once all these torches are lit, whatever's in the center there becomes available. So that's probably, I have to find some stuff. Okay, now up this way. Oh, that's right. Okay, we need a rune to go that way. That's what it is. Okay, so that's why I couldn't get that way. Alright. Alright, we tried. Let's get back up to the Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. This is where we were. That's left off. Alright. Sure we don't miss anything around here. Right. Hmm. So how does one get over there? Okay. Oh, I guess there's another corridor down here, maybe? Did I just end up back where I was? Sort of did, but here we go. Okay. Oh, there's a lot of guys up there. I am stuck. There we go. Good there. And take them out. Alright. Lots of bits and things. Let's see if there's anything interesting over here. New land off the map. We're an elegy, page 1. Every time I turn around, I'm getting more stuff to read. Not that I don't dislike reading it, it's just there's a lot to go through. They're all very extensive. Imperial Mallet of Sanctification, huh? That's the extent of that. Got a chest over there. Did I just pass up the opportunity, or is it? Oh, I can't get. There's debris there. All right. I figured I wasn't going to travel that far, but thought I'd try anyway. dudes up here. Where's that other chest at? This place is a as open as this place is on the map. It's a freaking maze here. Oh, here's the chest I was looking for. Alright, that's where we gotta go. What is this? Okay. I looked at the map, I was like, have I been down here? But no, it's just, I can see a lot. There's definitely a thing over there. Oh, I get to it though. I don't think I can get to it. They're just stacking enemies right now. Just stacking them up. So around there. And yeah, I looked at the wiki a little bit and hey, hello, welcome on in. I looked at the wiki a little bit too off camera and just kind of looked at some, trying to find some secrets and stuff around the other places we've already visited. Ooh, we've got honored status. That's good. Okay, so a little bit of a bonus. those. Nothing going on there. I'm feeling okay. I feel pretty good. Continuing with like my plans to take 2 long weekends a month. I took off tomorrow, so I'm planning on just kind of relaxing a little bit and just sort of try get some of my computer, the new computer I'm working on, get some of the parts together. Like I have them, they're just sitting in boxes right now. So I want to try to assemble them, make sure everything's looking okay in that regard. As much as I can. I mean, I'm gonna have to leave some things out, I think, just so I have easy access to put the NVMEs in and stuff once I get them. Yeah, I'll just probably be working on that a little bit here and there. And just generally trying to relax a little bit. I'm finding, like I've been able to focus a little bit better this week. Actually, the last 2 weeks I've been able to focus a little bit better during the day for work stuff. And like it's showing because like every day I'm getting something done, which is a bit unusual. I mean, most of it has been bug fixes, but even those sometimes you don't tend to get like one bug fix done a day usually, unless they're like super easy bugs. And these weren't really necessarily easy bugs either. Like I had to change a lot to fix them. So that's been pretty good. So I've been trying to like keep that going. the focus and stuff. Today, my focus today wasn't the greatest, but I still got stuff done. Which is good. Because the more I can get done, I say this a lot, but the more I can get done now, hopefully it won't be, the crunch time maybe won't be as long in a few months, hopefully, but we'll see. As usual, there's a lot of big things being planned. Big from a technical standpoint. And so you always and a lot of those things don't really come together because what we're dealing with a lot of times now are just integrations with other third parties. And so a lot of those tend to only really come together at the last minute. Like, no matter how much you plan, no matter how much you research you do, you still always end up going right down to the wire on those. Just because of the nature of anything that could happen does happen when it comes to like integrating with other systems. That always just seems to be the case. No matter how well you plan for it, there's always something you didn't plan for. And it looks like might have like a double whammy of those this time around. Might have 2 big integrations happening. So hopefully they go a lot better than usual, and I can I won't have to lose my mind. I won't have to go crazy. Okay, we're right up to the end here, so this is going to be a thing. Can I put a... let's put a... Put a thing down there just so we have it. We can get back to here easily. We're more than halfway through the level. How much more XP do I need? 199,000. Okay. Let's see what this does.
So now you understand that I did what I had to.
Please stop this madness.
You fail to understand. Everything I've done has been to save humanity. Yes, Korvac exacts a price upon our very souls, but it is a price I am willing to pay to stop the ravages of the void.
And who are you to decide humanity's fate?
I am the only one with eyes open enough to see that we run out of options. If it falls to me to make this difficult choice, then I will gladly bear it. My soul will be damned.
This is all wrong. Ah, of course you would do that. It's like a given that every freaking boss in this game will at some point just out of the blue just one-shot you. I don't know why they've coded it that way. It's kind of weird and strange, but that is how they've done it. So... Oh, right. I gotta go to the normal Rift Gate here. Do it that way. Claim 14,000 XP. Yes, please. Yeah, with all the flame protection I have, you'd think that this would be a really simple battle, but apparently all that protection is for naught. There we go.
Disappoint me, Kaiman.
Betrayer of Humanity. Achievement unlocked. Approach the Eldritch Gate. We have a teleport there. The Eldritch Gate is sealed by powers beyond your comprehension. It may only be opened with the Sigil of the Three. Use it. The Astral Fields.
After all these centuries, the usurpers dare not even show their faces.
Well, these guys are just absolutely hitting like trucks here. Splendors of the Eldritch Realm. This this seems familiar. Didn't we have another part of the game where we went to like the astral plane here or something? Because this seems extremely familiar.
How long did they think their charade would last?
It is sufficiently crazy looking, though. I'll give them that much. Shooting fish in a barrel. Feels like another one where you gotta light the torches or something. Alright. Very good. Do I see everything down here? Sort of. Looks like there's another... Nah, I guess not. Okay, looked like it extended down further than that.
Come, little human. I will make this quick. Okay. There. See the star indicating where we gotta go. Over there. Let's see what's over here first. Okay. Alright. Further in we go. Descend to the Eldritch Thrones. Locked by a powerful presence.
I'm seeing indications that every one of these has like there's multiple pillars here that's ice, poison, all kinds of things. This is going to be a thing. We'll just keep playing back and forth here. That seems reasonable. I could shoot him from the corner there, and he can't. At least not yet, anyway. He's got so many hit points. Got freaking ads that he's doing here. That's not fair. It's not fair at all. The problem is that they're gonna get me stuck because there's so many on the screen here. That. Oh. Okay. All these things are firing at me now. It's just another one of those where it's not really a difficult battle. It's just long and tedious. It's just not really my favorite kind of boss battles. I feel like these boss battles feel very lazy because it's just meant to wear you down, not meant to actually be a challenge. Come on. See what I mean? Like they just every single freaking boss battle in this game, it's like at some point the boss just one-shots you. And it's always like when they're down to almost nothing left. And it just annoys the absolute shit out of me. Because it's like, you know, there's no reason that they should be able to do that. Especially given how well we were doing in that battle. It's just like, it feels like there's some code in there. Just like, yeah, no, just, you know, if you haven't died yet and there's like less than a quarter of life left, then immediately one-shot the player. You know, it just feels cheap, honestly. Alright. Just gotta make the long run back, that's all. Can go up this way. Guy's got almost nothing left. Got him. Finally. Well, maybe not. He's still there. Or, I guess I did get him. Banish Korvac, the Eldritch Sun. Eldritch Essence, Stone Skin Girdle. Okay, a bunch of stuff there. Ameresian Pauldrons. There were more chests, weren't there? Or were those the only chests around? I think those were the only ones. 1, 2, 3. Alright, good. Get everything there? Yeah, looks like it. Alright. Back to the Corvin Gate. There we go. Alright, Eldridge Gate. And nothing else in here, right? Good. Let's go back to here. And let's use our rep stuff. Who do we have the rep with? Cult of Dreeg, I think it is. Yeah, Cult of Dreeg, Ret Honored. Alright, so if we go over here and talk to them.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
There we go. Alright, so we can buy that and the writ. Void Salt applied to rings and amulets. Does more fire damage. Interesting. What is the... Do they have another one? Fire retaliation. Not really. Poison acid resistance. Okay, so let's look at this. Hide the rings and amulets. So let's buy one of those. And let's get out of there and then look at our stuff here. We'll grab those. Grab the writs. And then what do we got? Fire damage, cast damage, burn damage, defensive ability. Okay. Right click to augment item. Wait, do these have augments? I don't have any augments on these, do I? This one has Kaiman's Will. Yeah, and then this one doesn't have anything. Let's put it on that one. There we go. So, even more fire damage and stuff. Sweet. That's good.
With Draelus's eye turned elsewhere, it falls upon us to dissolve the claws digging into our minds. Though the Mind Reaper lies dead, its spirit lingered.
So what happened?
One of our honored seers had recently succumbed to illness. We knew not its nature, and none of our remedies alleviated the symptoms. Hers was a disease of the mind, not of body. Ishtal had struck our ranks one final time. Inara's mortal flesh now bears two souls, hers and that of the Mind Reaper. The loss of a seer as gifted as her would be a grave one, but we cannot allow Korvac's fiend to endure this horrid act unharmed. We have peeled back the curtain of her tapestry and found that Inara was headed to the tomb of Nephos within the Valley of the Chosen. What the Mind Reaper seeks there is clouded to us, but it must not be allowed to pass. Take this hexstone. It will ward you from Inara's curses. She was one of Dreeg's favored, and has undoubtedly covered her tracks.
Okay, now we can probably get into Tomb of Nephos there. Alright, Stone of Dreeg.
Well, look what we've got here.
And then
Come
you
see what's left of my wares.
still just respected with them, so we can't get any of this stuff yet.
Well spent.
So we'll have to see what we can see there. I could do a bit of the grind, I guess, for them, but let's talk to this guy.
Korvac's anguished cries have echoed across realities.
Yes, Korvac is no more.
His cult has been crushed. Even now, his scattered followers are being
Complete
hunted
forgotten
down and
gods.
eliminated.
Okay.
The forgotten god will soon be a distant memory. Without a vessel, his powers will wane, and he shall fade into nothingness. Never again will the people of Cairn have to fear for their lives at the mercy of Korvac's fickle temper and destructive malevolence. Know that the witch gods are grateful for your sacrifice, even if they do not thank you in person. Wherever your journey leads next, their eyes will be upon you. Here, a prize from the gods themselves.
Korvac said the Eldritch Realm was his. Why?
Do not think to believe the snake tongue of that being. It spreads naught but lies. The Eldritch Realm is the domain of the three, now and forever.
So what will the cults do now?
We must ensure that none of Korvac's followers survive what happened here. If belief in Korvac persists, then a spark of his being shall remain. We must snuff it out while we can.
So this isn't truly over, I guess. Okay. Let's go to you and let's get all that out of there. An Elegy Part 1. These are different things to read. Ruminations on Primordial 1. Hexstone of Dreeg over there. Okay. Let's go sell some stuff here. So I got some still respected there, but we got like 1,000 reputation with all of them pretty much. So that should help a little bit. I think we're just still respected though. A lot closer than we were, at least. So this is, we need 606 to get the, we're honored for them. And 581 to get the honored for them. Okay. And the Order of Death's Vigil absolutely hates me. It's good to know. And I'm despised by the Ethereal Vanguard. But not quite hated yet. Cromley's gang also. Interesting. Alright, alright. So that's good. Once you get to like respected on those things, it gives you a if I look at it over here, you can buy the mandate and then put the mandate in your transfer stash, and then other characters that you create can then start out the game with these mandates, and they give you like a 200% boost to all the rep stuff, so you can get to the higher rep stuff a lot faster. That's good. What else do we have here? Acquire the Hexstone, Obsidian Shard, Slay the Herald of Destruction, Cleanse the Ancient Grove. We still have a lot of like things to do, like side things to do, but we've completed the main story at least. Oh, also, I have. So we're at 45 devotion points. So what was I putting my points into? I was putting them into this over here, right? The lion. Okay, so spirit, movement, speed, armor. So give us more movement speed and a little bit more armor, which is nice. Okay, very good. So we got that. And the inventor there. I need to sell some stuff. Let's sell this crap so I don't have it hanging around my inventory here. Widow's Sting, acid damage. No. I have the Beholder. That's a set piece. That we can get rid of. These we can probably get rid of. Circlet of Burning Rage. Ooh, fire damage, burn damage. Ooh. But hello there. Does this guy do any fire damage? He really doesn't. Health, energy, regeneration. Corrupter of Spirits. This one has more armor, fire damage, burn damage. Not as much health, but defensive ability, energy regeneration is a little bit higher. This gives you a +2 to Blackwater Cocktail, Thermite Mine. What did I put on this other one? I never put anything on that, did I? I don't have an augment on this. This whole time I've been going without this thing, without not an augment, but a modification on it. Interesting. Let's sell these. Keep that. Keep that as well. Keep this over here. Okay, interesting. I wonder if I should put these pants on. More movement speed and everything else. Spined carapace is what we have on that one. Yeah, you know what? We should probably start.
Iron wealth.
I don't know why I haven't equipped them before now. It's just I haven't done it. So I want to need to go to our thing here. Grab some stuff. Alright, so what did this have on it? Spined carapace. What does that do? Physical damage, retaliation, all retaliation. Okay. So... Enchanted flint, spine carapace. Yeah, it seems like the thing I'd want to do there. This guy. Alright. Not quite as much health, but everything else is better. It's got more armor, so we'll do that. And then for this one, so helm stuff. Add armor, rings, amulets. Okay, so that's energy regeneration. Physique, cunning, spirit. Energy regenerated per second. Used in all armor. This is health and constitution. That actually might be better because I'm losing some health on some of these other things. I could put another spine carapace on it too, I guess. Plus 24 armor. Molten skin gives me fire resistance, but we've already got like 80% fire resistance, so I don't think I need that anymore. What's our constitution right now? Doesn't really say. Armor rating. Please resist. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put that on this guy. Because he has only 111 health there. So we'll add another 90 to it versus the 366 I have on that one. See, the thing is, the reduced stun duration is really good. I mean, we are still getting stun locked a bit, but stun resist is 16%. Had 97 total deaths. It's crazy. 65,159 monsters killed. It doesn't tell me there, but let's see what it's all about here. I'm going to put this on there. Damage per second is 22,136. 21,000. Offensive ability. Defensive ability stays the same. Armor rating goes up to 752. Okay. Yeah, let's do that for right now. I'm gonna let's put this with the other ones here so I don't. Whoops. Oops. Nope. Stop that. That with those down here, which are other ones I've taken off. And then the same with the pants. In case I ever feel like I need to go back to them for whatever reason. I'm not gonna. This one is. This one's not that great. I think I'll just put that in here just because it's a set piece. The boots, though. What do we got? Physical fire damage, internal trauma, burn damage, more movement speed, pierce resistance, poison and acid resistance. +3 to ignition, +2 to shattering blast. There's 26 offensive ability. We just gained a whole bunch. And the movement speed goes from 8% to 5, but we do gain some movement speed already. We'll lose the flame burst. 30% there, but and we'll gain +3 to ignition and shattering blast. I don't know. What does Mark of the Traveler do? Oh, Mark of the Traveler bumps up the movement speed on it. So it's really 16%. So if I were to do Mark of the Traveler here, Mark of Illusions gives you defensive. Physical damage retaliation, blade barricade, granted by item. Imbue your armor against piercing attacks, retaliating against your attackers in kind. So do this. Now look at these now. resistance, movement speed. That's a tough one. I don't know. Let's not do that one right now. Let's reduce the number of unknowns right now. This one, I do like the storm surge with the, we have a little bit of electricity going, but this does a +2 agonizing flames, bursting round. Offensive ability goes up. Health is a little less, but fire and burn damage goes up. Elemental resistance goes up. See, the lightning retaliation, the 1 to 218 lightning retaliation is really good, but yeah, I'm kind of wondering how much of that lightning retaliation, plus I get plus 32% to all retaliation damage. I'm wondering how much of that lightning retaliation is actually killing enemies straight up. It's probably a lot. Alright. Yeah, I'll think about that one too. Cunning, caster bomb. Explosive path with more explosives. This devilish contraption is capable of laying waste to an entire field of enemies. That actually sounds pretty good. Although I need 636 physique, which I don't have yet. Okay. And then this offhand. I think I'm gonna put this offhand away because it's good, but it's also like I like having the other gun there. Enchanter's insignia. Fire damage, lightning damage. Epic metal. Empyrean's touch. Tuned lodestone. What did I put on that? Lightning, electrocute, static charge. Okay. Maximum fire resistance. This gives me more aether resistance, which is very useful, but can look at it. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I can try to put some poison resistance on that. Energy absorbed from enemy spells. Physical damage. Crit damage. That's what we had on the other one, attuned lodestone. Total speed. Is there any poison resistance I could put on there? No, not really. But I could also use the other things to the yeah. I can. There's other ways of doing it. So. I put this on there for total speed. Yeah, my DPS goes up quite a bit. Okay. As with the other one, let's keep this here. for a rainy day. Okay, good. Good. And let's get sell.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Oh, these actually I didn't want to sell those. Those are set pieces.
See you around.
Let's just
I'll keep your stash safe.
put them away.
I'll keep an eye out.
There we go. Alright. Cool. Cool, we got that going. Let's see if I can... let's see if we can do this Inara's thing. Defenses thing. 'Cause that was... I believe up here. Tomb of Nephos. Where was that at? I think it was in the Infernal Wastes. Let's see. Tomb of Sethin. Yeah, it's further up. Let's go there. Master Harkin of Death's Vigil. Wasn't it down? I think it's down in here somewhere. There's also another path I didn't go down, looks like. So let's backtrack for a moment and take a look. Oh, it is right down here. Cool. Here we go. Rennet the Rat God.
Any space weed consumption aboard this station is against the law.
Okay. It seems like things are dying a little bit faster. Let's see, I have been in here because I restored that shrine. Oh, this is the thing we couldn't get through. Use the Hexstone of Drieg on the barrier.
Do you hear the
Hold that thought while I murder all your minions here. Okay.
Do you hear the whispers too?
They come from all sides and within. We are doomed, all of us doomed. The great eye is blind to the calamity of blood, fonts of blood and the dead, lips that drink their fill. Inara, listen to me, you're not well. Well, who is truly well in this broken world? Ishtal has whispered to me truths which we cannot comprehend. The gods will not listen, but I have gleaned beyond the tapestry and seen that lies beneath. We will all drown in blood. The wound must be seared by fire if they are to live. Ishtal is manipulating you. You have to cast him out. You will lay no harm upon us. The choir of madness has been silenced. I only hear one voice now, and that voice demands fire. Oh, sorry, I have no choice but to attack. Reached hated status with the Eldritch Horrors. Well, it's about time. Is that it? Does this just take us out of here again? It sure does. Okay. Forgotten Passage. Let me go see what that's about. Okay, so that one still needs a room. So that's what that was telling me. Okay. Path of the Damned entrance. Alright. Was there anything else I need to do as far as the Vanguard of the Three here? To talk to any of these guys about anything? I don't think I do.
Yes, traveler?
It doesn't look like it. Alright, so back to Conclave of the Three. Go turn this in.
I sense turmoil within you.
The seers of Drieg weep tears of blood. I take it Inara's strand, and that of the Mind Reaper within, has been severed.
The seer lies dead.
The loss of Inara will create a power vacuum within the folds of our collective minds that others will greedily fill. But it is as it must be. We are grateful for this. May this gift be sufficient compensation.
Okay, so Gave me a blueprint. Good stuff. Lots of reading stuff here. Not going to be able to get to all the reading now. Because I think... So, the only other things left... I mean, obviously we have a couple quests still hanging around. And... Slay the Herald of Destruction. Cleanse the Ancient Grove and all that stuff. Destroy the Messenger. Those kinds of things. But I kind of feel like, and obviously we still have this whole area here to do with the Keeper of Portals, which I believe has a shrine in it, if I'm not mistaken, at some point. I think you get down to level 3 or something like that from what I read online. So that would be another point for us to use. But I think for right now, I think we're done. There is more DLC being developed. It's been being developed for a while here. I wonder if I can bring that up. Game overview. Yeah, recent news. So they've been giving us, little drips of news here. And this is for... Yeah, Fangs of Asterkarn is the new DLC that they've been working on for a while. So, though we are done, we will be coming back to this once the DLC is released. But I think for right now, given that this is episode or stream number 20, it's the 20th stream. We actually, on the YouTubes, I always leave the original recording date as the first date, the date of our first stream. And that was November 7th of last year. So we've been doing this for a while. This has been going on for quite some time. Obviously, there's a couple weeks in there where we didn't play it. There was a couple times where we played it twice a week. A whole bunch of stuff. So it doesn't, it's been a while, but it hasn't, it's been many hours. I don't even know. Does it tell me on the overlay here how many hours I've put into it? Yeah. 82.6 hours, 14.4 hours in the last 2 weeks. I would say, and that also includes previous times I've played the game. So I would say we've probably done 60 hours or so for this playthrough. And obviously there's still a whole lot more to do. So it's not even quite done with it. And there's still a lot of factions to get up to honored status, and then eventually revered status, or respected status, I should say. So you can't, or revered status. So there's a lot of rep grinding to do and stuff, and there's plenty of, and that's actually as simple as it is actually a lot of fun. So there's a lot that there's a lot to this game. It's I highly recommend it to anyone. So I think what we'll do is let's have an end game wrap up here. Even though we'll return with the DLC once it comes out. But I think it's a good time to have a little wrap here with it. Let's go to the main menu. and we'll get the credits rolling. Okay, good stuff. I'll just have to pull this out of the stream, I guess, because I can't really record it. But you know what? Let's get that going again. All right, I have a mark here somewhere. Where's that mark sound at? Do I have it on my thing here? Well, I guess I didn't rebuild it when I put it on there. That's alright. That's fine. I'll just have to remember this timestamp. So, alright, let's do this. Let's get a little wrap up here. So, exclamation everybody, and welcome to my thoughts here on Grim Dawn. This game is it's an older game. It's also an action RPG from back in the day, and it's still being maintained, still being updated here and there. It's by Crate Entertainment, and they are in the process right now of making a new DLC for it. So I'll definitely be coming back for the new DLC once that's arrived. But I've gone through everything that's available now for the game, including the Forgotten Gods, which is the latest or the last DLC that was released for it. And as someone who really enjoys Titan Quest and RPGs in general and stuff like that, this game checks off all the boxes of stuff that I really enjoy about RPGs. It's not, there's builds that you can do, but it's very light on the on a lot of the mechanics as far as the they don't throw, it's not Path of Exile where they throw you into this ginormous tree of stats and skills, and then you're left to your own devices. This there is a tree of skills and stuff, but there are different classes per se that you can sort of dual class in, but they are much simpler and visually simpler, I should say, and more along the lines of a Diablo, and more along the lines of Titan Quest as well. And I really appreciate that a lot, because one of my big complaints that I've had with like something like Path of Exile is that even though they give you this ginormous skill tree, at the end of the day, you can brick yourself. You can brick your build. And they make it really difficult, at least in PoE 1, to unscrew yourself when you do brick your build. And that's why a lot of people end up having the metagame. They end up finding builds online and just following those. And it feels, to me, it feels empty, right? It's like if as big and as deep as that skill tree is in like Path of Exile, it really, if you can get into a blind alley and really make the game terrible to play, then is having that option really all that great, is what I ask. Whereas you get a game like this and Diablo and Titan Quest and stuff, and it's really hard to make a bad build in a game like this, because they've reduced it down to things that make sense. And because of that, you can kind of, you might not have as much variety in builds, but the builds you can do, you can more easily manage as you're going along. And I really like that part of it. I there's there are some things about the game that I think are really due to its age, and this is true of Titan Quest as well, the first Titan Quest, where it's very easy to get stuck because everything is mouse driven, and so your run and and everything else is mouse driven, just like PoE1, it's mouse driven, and the biggest problem with that, and all these games have this problem, is that when you get surrounded by lots of enemies, and this game loves to surround you with enemies as it goes on, your character will just stand still and be shooting them instead of running. Now, there are, I believe, ways you can have it, move, like override the shoot and have it move, but you're so limited in buttons as it is. I don't know that even sometimes that helps, especially in some of the maps in this game where it's hard to even see what you're doing and where you're going, and there's a lot of obstructions in the way, and so you still end up getting kind of stuck in a lot of places, and that could lead to some really BS deaths. And speaking of BS deaths, the bosses in the game, mind you, I was playing on normal mode. Bosses in the game all have this tendency to, out of the blue, just one-shot you when you get them down to a certain health. Far too often I would fight a boss, and in the first run at the boss, get them all the way down to, a sliver of health left, and then all of a sudden they would just immediately instant kill you. That is, as you can imagine, incredibly frustrating, because you had the patterns down, you had them on the ropes, and then just a bolt out of the blue, suddenly they've killed your character, and then you've got to do that whole run back to get back to the boss, because more often than not you forgot to put a portal down to go back to. So there's a lot of that, and you usually can't put the portal in the boss room. You have to put it in the room before and all that stuff. So that was pretty darn annoying, having that constantly happen. And it wasn't just like one boss. It was pretty much every boss you would have that problem with. But all that said, the gameplay loop it's a tight gameplay loop, and it's fun from the beginning. It's fun at the end. And of all the ARPGs that I've played, this one has probably the simplest end game and yet the most fun end game. Like, I know a lot of games try really hard to have all these end game mechanics and all this stuff that they try to introduce, and you have all these like little fetch quests and collectathons and all that stuff to try to improve the end game. And more often than not, they fall flat, right? By the time you get to that point, you're just like, yeah, I'm done, right? This game, though, for some reason, it's just like they stuck to their core gameplay loop. There are end game things to achieve. There are secrets throughout the game. There are challenge dungeons that you can do, but they're all steeped in the same mechanics you've been doing throughout the whole game, the same fun mechanics you've been doing throughout the game. They really stuck closely to their core mechanics, and I think it's made for a very good end game. Like, this is the type of game where you get to the end, and a lot of games like this will have you create a new character, but this game, yes, you want to create a new character when you get to the end and start over again, but also you don't want to get rid of your old character either, because your old character, it gives your other characters access to things. There's reputations with reputation grind that you can do against the various factions in the game, and as you get your reputation up with those factions, you gain access to pretty powerful stuff. And the nice thing that they've done is they made it so that, like, if you get on one of your characters, you get the maximum reputation with a faction. You unlock the ability to buy a bonus, 200% bonus document that you can put in your transfer stash and then give that to one of your other characters and have that character start off early with this big boost to their reputation and be able to then get to these badass weapons and augments a lot faster. And so it really rewards you for not like just tossing characters out when you're done with them. That you can still keep returning to those characters and making for some good progress and a lot of fun stuff going on, which is really cool. And it's not, I think about things like Diablo and stuff where they have seasons, and that's their end game. Like the end game is like you're doing the season content. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with season content, but a lot of times, seasons are just like anything. Some are good, some are bad, some are fun, some are not so fun. This game hasn't done seasons. They've done DLCs, but they haven't done seasons. They've just said, look, here's all the same mechanics you've enjoyed throughout the entire game to get to this point. We're just going to lean even heavier into those. And it just works. Like they don't need to do seasons because it's just fun as it is. You don't need this like always online content nonsense, going on. And that's really cool. It's really cool to see, that kind of thing in action. Now, mind you, I've been playing the game with some mods installed, mostly visual mods. So graphical overhauls, texture overhauls, lighting overhauls, that kind of thing. And it's spectacular. Like the modding community has done a real spectacular job at just like giving this game a fresh coat of paint, both on the UI and on the characters and textures and everything else going on. Been really, really good. I will say though, some of the music in the game is really good, but it does really suffer from the not having enough varied music, or most of the music is very atmospheric, in that you don't really realize it's going until you have it, until you consciously think about it. So I've been playing other tracks as we go through here, because it just kind of, and it does get a little bit repetitive after a while. So, I mean, I think that would be the one downfall of it is, I think the music is good when you hear it, but it's often just not there. And it's a real shame because everything else is so good about the game. Yeah, no, I've enjoyed this tremendously. We've got probably 60 hours in this run, and I'm waiting for the next DLC to come down, and I'll be back to it. So a whole lot of fun stuff. I would definitely say this is one of my favorite games. One of my top favorite games. Right up there with Titan Quest. I think actually this probably inches out Titan Quest a little bit, with how much I've enjoyed this game. Just this is one of the few games I've looked forward to every week to play, because it's just you can turn your brain off and just enjoy just the carnage that you're unleashing upon the world, and it never really feels like it overstays its welcome. I think that's what inches it out from Titan Quest, is that along the way, some of the maps in Titan Quest would drag on quite a bit, and it kind of sometimes felt like it overstayed its welcome. This one, it feels like all the maps were the correct size, like that they were the size that they needed to be to do what needed to be done. There's a lot more variety, and it just worked. It just you know, it always gave me that impression that you could sit down for an hour and accomplish something. And man, we need more games like that where it's just like you sit down for an hour and actually have something work, you know, like make some progress, and not just be grinding your face against a boss that's that is just trying to wear you down, and trying to kill time and trying to extend the length of the game, you know. So yeah, good stuff. I highly recommend. I feel like Grim Dawn is criminally underappreciated. I think there's a lot of people who play ARPGs and don't even know that this exists, and I think that needs to change. This is such a good game. This is such a very, very good game, and I hope more people see it and enjoy it as much as I have. So definite buy. You know, definitely find it, play it. I mean, it's often on sale. I mean, even when it's not on sale, it's pretty cheap. But when it's on sale, I've seen it on sale for like 90% off. Oftentimes, you know, $3, $4. Like, it's well worth it. Well worth it. If you enjoy ARPGs at all, if you've never played an ARPG, I would even say this would give you a good introduction to how ARPGs work. So I think it's even good for beginners, I would say. Anyway, I can ramble on for hours on this, but I'll wrap it up here and just say Grim Dawn has been fantastic. I've enjoyed every moment of it, and I can't wait to play some more. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, that ought to be good. I wonder, are these credits looping or are these still going? I feel like there's a lot more credits here than I would have expected. Because I wasn't exactly short-winded there on that roundup, but okay, cool. Anyway, so that's awesome. That's our level 73 purifier. You can say I had a level 21 purifier from before as well, and a level 1 test character. So yeah, we had this has been really great. I do kind of wish that there was a new game plus, right? But I understand why they didn't do it as well. Titan Quest has a new game plus, but I understand why they kind of didn't do it here. So yeah, awesome. All right, my friends, wrapped it up right on the normal quitting time here. So I think we're good with Grim Dawn for now. I kind of wanted to. I was kind of hoping I could end it this week so that we can, because we got a lot of other ARPGs on the list to get to. So first of all, we need to finish up Torchlight. So that's definitely something to tackle some more next week. And at some point I gotta get back to we gotta do Diablo 4, which I'm pushing back, not because I don't want to play it, but because I also have on the list here, I think it's called Fate? Question mark? What was the name of this? Someone had recommended I take a look at this other thing. It just got a remaster. Let me see if I can find it in my library here. Where's that at? Should be relatively close to the top here, I would think. It was only a few weeks ago. Oh, also we got to jump back into Last Epoch, which I just am remembering here. Why is my thing not... Why is it stopping scrolling? That's very strange. It's weird. I think something's up with my mouse. I might have to get a new one. Fate Reawakened, that's what it's called. Yeah. So this is a remaster of a game called Fate, and I think it actually has a couple, like Fate 1 and 2 or whatever in it. And I was told that this, since I like Torchlight, that this is very similar, and that I'd probably like this. So I think after we finish Torchlight 1, I'd like to jump into Fate Reawakened and see what it's like, and see what we can do there. So that is the next thing after that. And yeah, that's some good stuff. You can see I've been testing out some other craziness to see if I like it or not. A lot of early access things here, but yeah, cool. So that's where we're at, friends. That will do it for me for tonight. Tomorrow night we should be doing some coding, and I'm off tomorrow, so I maybe will get some stuff prepared for a change off camera for tomorrow night's coding. Saturday afternoon, we'll do some more game dev coding, and see what I can, if I can make progress there. I promise no 3-hour VO reaction. I want to get back to the actual coding, so we'll do that. And then if I'm up to it, we'll do a Saturday night stream of something. I don't know what we'll stream Saturday night, but I might do a double stream on Saturday, if I'm feeling up to it. And then Sunday, we'll be back to X4, and hopefully taking care of some stuff there. And then we have to get back to Planet Crafter as well, sooner rather than later on that, as we do, but we'll get there. And also Elite Dangerous. So, what else? Next week I should be back to doing Oblivion, on Monday and Tuesday, I believe. We do need to get through Sandland on Wednesday, so hopefully I'll pop that in and we'll make some decent progress there. And then next Thursday we'll jump back into Torchlight, and make some progress there. So that, I think, is the schedule as I know it. I believe there is some game coming out next week. Actually, now that I think about it, there is a game coming out next week. What did I want to do? This is the 22nd. When is the 22nd? That is next Thursday. Okay, that makes sense. So what I'll probably do is we'll probably do Torchlight on Wednesday, and I'll have to put off Sandland for another week, but that's fine. We'll probably do Torchlight on Wednesday, and then on Thursday of next week, I want to try out this game called Deliver at All Costs. And it's it looked, based on the video that I saw, it looked kind of crazy. It looked like a top-down GTA style game, kind of similar to what we were doing in the Precinct, but in this case, you're a delivery driver, and like all hell is breaking loose. Like literally, as you're delivering stuff, you're dodging rockets and all kinds of other crap. It looked insane, and I wanted to jump into it and see see what it was like. So we'll probably do that next Thursday when it comes out, and see what that's all about, my friends. I'm also, at some point, we'll look at I might look at this off camera first and see what it's like, but Chronomon is one that I want to take a look at. This is what are they calling this? This is like a farming sim creature collector. So Pokemon farming sim thing that's in early access. So I want to delve into that at some point along the way. And then Partisan, this is a old game from what I understand that's been remastered, or at least reworked to work on modern systems. And this is apparently an action RPG, World War II action RPG. I vaguely have heard of this before, but I never really saw it in action, and I wanted to see if, I mean, it's definitely going to be Eurojank, but it might be a good kind of Eurojank. So, and it's also freaking 70% off, which is kind of crazy because it literally just came out on the 18th. But you know, it is a remake. It is a remastering, I guess, of the original game, or at least making the original game work. Although I wonder if it's got like UI options. If it's going to be in like a tiny postage stamp window or something. That's going to be interesting to see. So yeah, that's that kind of stuff. There's also, I saw someone playing Foundry, which is definitely the kind of game that's up my alley. This is like Satisfactory levels of, logistics and all that stuff, but it also involves multiple like solar systems and stuff, and multiple planets and things. So I'm kind of curious to see how that all works itself out. But the thing about this is it's still early. It's still early access. Actually, you can play for free for 3 days. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. Yeah, it's early access, and because it's early access, I don't have to rush to get to it, but I would like to see what's going on with it. So, and then we got the, as usual, big stompy mech robots thing here that I need to take a look at. I am cooking up a plan on the Linux box to see if I can get there's already like an installer for it and stuff. The first 4 MechWarrior games are abandonware, and they're available on archive.org. So, because I saw MechWarrior 5, and I own MechWarrior 5, but I wanted to see like some of the other games in the series because I've never played any of them. Apparently they're just, you can get them on their abandonware. So I wanted to see if I can get MechWarrior 1 working and get working on Linux, because I could just run it pretty much in DOSBox and have it work at full speed, and see what's all about. See if I can learn it from the beginning, basically. Yeah. So all that stuff. I'm rambling now. Let's get rolling here. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you happen to run across this on the YouTubes and you have a like and or a subscribe that you can toss my way, that would be really swell and awesome. It helps out tremendously. Also, for those on Moonbeam, thank you for hanging out. I have a private realm called Continuum. If you want to jump on over to there and see the chat rooms and stuff, that's great as well. I'm trying to get streamers in there that do a lot of different things, not just games, but also, you know, art and, you know, other, the kinds of streams that, you know, you don't normally, that don't normally get the viewership that they probably ought to get, is kind of what I'm going for over there. So we have that, and yeah, I think, let's see if there's anyone, if there's anyone I know that's doing Twitch right now, so I can raid out potentially. Yeah, you know what? I'll just raid. I'll raid Goofball here, who's playing Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. From the looks of it. So let me just make sure he's not like ready to end. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. So. All right, yeah. So I'll raid out. I'll raid out to Goofball here. Oh, he's not there. He's not there right now. Oh yeah, no, yeah. He's got an empty chair right now. I'll raid out to an empty chair. I don't mind. I don't mind. So yeah, we'll raid Goofball, and then I will say thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you. And I hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. As I raid out, be sure to say hello to the chair, and see you bye.
Who are you, and how did you get in here?
I'm the locksmith. And I'm the locksmith.